Thanks for inviting us in. We want to begin tonight at 11 with breaking news. We've just gotten an update from Indiana State Police about a shooting in Grant County that sent a sheriff's deputy and a suspect to the hospital. Now, in the last half hour, investigators confirmed to 13 News that deputy was treated and released. Now, this all unfolded around 7 tonight when officers got a call about a person threatening to harm others. When they arrived at the home, deputies told everyone inside to come out. Police say a 52-year-old man came out armed with a shotgun. Now, according to state police, he fired at the deputies, who then fired back. The suspect was hit at least once tonight. Investigators say the man was eventually taken into custody and then airlifted to an area hospital. State police right now are telling us that deputy involved in tonight's shooting will be placed on administrative leave, which is standard procedure in these kinds of cases. Now, we're going to follow this story for you very closely overnight, and we'll bring you any breaking developments on Sunrise starting at 4 a.m. Rob?
Well, the rainy pattern that we've been advertising for the past several days, it continues. In fact, I think we're going to ramp up those rain chances. We didn't have a lot of heavy rain today, but this is what's next on our radar, both literally and figuratively, and it moves our way starting tomorrow. Temperatures, they're very mild. Even at this hour, we're still sitting at 48 degrees. It's going to stay mild through tomorrow. Let me show you when the rain arrives. So overnight, I think pretty much what you see is what you get. Temperatures will hold into the 40s. I think you'll get through most of your morning commute tomorrow. Not necessarily rain free, but at least free of the heaviest rain, because that will arrive sometime around mid-morning to maybe midday. I think we could even see some moderate to heavy rain at times, not the entire day, as the temperatures move back into the 50s. This will continue through about 2 o'clock. And the good news here is I think the evening commute may also be spared from some of the heaviest rain, although we couldn't rule out rain chances even through the late afternoon and evening. So your heaviest rain through the day tomorrow. I'll be back with a look at 2 more significant rain chances in our forecast coming up.
All right, Rob, see you in a little bit. You're going to want to track this rain by using our WTHR weather app. It's got our interactive radar. You can also check out the weather blog from our team of meteorologists. And we want to remind you it's a free download. You can get it in the App Store. Tonight at 11, a staggering number of charges filed against 2 people in Morgan County. More than 120 criminal counts pointing to troubling allegations. We're talking about child molestation, human trafficking, battery, and that's just a start. Our Marina Silva has been digging into court records tonight, and she's breaking down what we know about this case.
A woman charged with 62 counts, a man facing 59. One note, 13 News is not naming the suspects even though they have been charged. That's to protect the victims. The man and woman both made their appearances in court. I read through the online court records that indicate no contact orders were issued for 11 people. So let's take a closer look at the allegations. The woman charged with promoting human trafficking, strangulation, domestic battery, neglect of a dependent, and obstruction of justice. The man now charged with child molesting, promotion of human trafficking, neglect of a dependent, performing sexual conduct in the presence of a minor, and performance before a minor that is harmful to minors. We found court records saying the man and woman recently divorced. I reached out to the Morgan County Sheriff. He confirmed his office is investigating, but referred us to the prosecutor's office. The prosecutor did not respond to our request for comment. Reporting in the newsroom, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Right now, a man is behind bars connected with a shooting here in Indianapolis that left 1 woman dead and 5 others injured. Our Rich and I was on the scene near 42nd and Arlington as police initially responded on Christmas Day. And tonight, Rich is digging into what investigators have uncovered about this suspect and the victims.
An investigator was back on the scene Thursday, searching the area and talking to neighbors. Just 24 hours earlier, on Christmas, just before 12:30 p.m., 6 people were shot inside this house on Meadowlark Drive, near 42nd and Arlington on the northeast side. 37-year-old Ana Paredes was killed. 4 children were inside the home during the shooting.
We want to extend our prayers, extend our thoughts to a family that had to experience tragedy like this on a time where families gather, and it's supposed to be a time of love, reflection.
Another woman and 4 men also suffered gunshot wounds, but are expected to recover. Police say the victims identified a 35-year-old man as the shooter. Police say they found him hiding in some bushes.
This individual was close by. Our officers quickly got to work to stabilize the scene, to render aid to those who had been injured, and they were also able to apprehend who we believe to be the sole individual responsible for this, and we're happy to say that through the hard work of our detectives, that individual has since been arrested.
Police say they recovered a gun in the house. They have not said what relationship the suspect has to any of the victims.
A neighbor says there are big, loud parties at this house almost every weekend. She says they go on almost all night, and they've been going on for about a year.
There appears to be a large gazebo in the backyard. The neighbor alleged there is an illegal bar back there. The front porch is filled with boards and construction materials, appearing to be parts for a tall privacy fence. There were several vehicles parked in front of the house Thursday, but no one answered the door for me or the investigator who knocked. In Indianapolis, Rich Knight, 13 News.
Rich asked police if the woman killed was the mom of any of the kids inside during the shooting. They were not able to give us that information. Now, just an hour before that shooting on Meadowlark Drive, a man was killed on Kitley Avenue. That's just around the block. Investigators have now identified the victim as 44-year-old Cedric Cruz. Police say they took Cruz to the hospital where he died. Right now, we're working to learn what led to the gunfire and if police have identified a possible suspect. Tonight at 11, firefighters are now working to determine what led to a fire at a church in Crawfordsville. Crews at the scene tell 13 News they got the call around 1:30 this afternoon to One Way Pentecostal Apostolic Church on Mill Street. Now, their initial effort inside was disrupted by smoke. Firefighters then evacuated and started defensive operations outside. They tell us they're not sure what ignited the blaze, but they believe it started in the basement. That church has not been occupied for a year and a half. The state fire marshal was on the scene today and is expected to be back tomorrow. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Tonight, Indianapolis fire investigators confirmed that they are working with nearby business owners and residents to figure out what caused that fire at the sanctuary on Penn. They're hoping someone may have some information, pointing them to any answers. The flames destroyed the church building and wedding venue Christmas Eve. There were safety concerns at that site near Pennsylvania and Walnut. Now, according to IFD, that meant investigators could not do an interior investigation of that property before crews finally tore it down. Stores and shopping centers are often flooded with people in the days leading up to Christmas as people cross those last-minute items off their list. But now all the stuff that you got that's the wrong size, the wrong color, or just bad has to go back. Anna Chalker spent today talking with Hoosiers about the return rush and its counterpart, the gift card dash.
As Black Friday kicks off the holiday shopping season, there you go. Malls all over central Indiana see more shoppers than throughout the rest of the year. And that was still the case Thursday.
I'm really happy to see that there's actually still stuff out there.
At the shops at Perry Crossing, several shoppers made it out for post-Christmas shopping.
I thought it was going to be a little more chaotic the day after Christmas.
With the parking lot and hands full, shoppers were able to get those last-minute holiday deals.
I got some makeup to refill, stock up on all my stuff that's empty.
While many of the people here at the shops at Perry Crossing may be returning or exchanging their own Christmas gifts, some I spoke to say they wanted to get out here and get some extra presents for their loved ones. People like Caleb Powers, who's been looking for more gifts for his brother.
I was looking for a book for my brother. He's always loved Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I always like giving, even if it's after Christmas, I love to buy things and make people happy.
Even if people got everything on their list, some say they are glad to be out with family, still celebrating the holidays.
I'm very grateful for what we're able to have and what we're able to get.
A shopping experience to close out the holiday season. In Plainfield, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
And you can start the new year by helping save a life. We're teaming up again with the Red Cross for the Knock Out the Need blood drive, January 8th and 9th at these locations. If you'd like to make an appointment to donate, just go to WTHR.com/knockouttheneed.